It's the Bills at the Dolphins, and the Dolphins favored by 2.5. It's a big game. It's a big game early, week 2, and this is a perception win for the Dolphins. If they beat Buffalo, now they're supposed to, but still, they're 1-6 against Buffalo. Here's Tua Tagovailoa on that perception that the Dolphins can't beat Buffalo.
That's going to be what's written out there until we do something about that. That's going to be the narrative, that we can't beat the Bills. And until we do beat them, and we beat them consistently, like, none of that's going to change. And we have an opportunity to do that this year. We have an opportunity to do that this Thursday.
Okay, I'm not going to say must win, but it kind of is inching closer to a must win against this team who you're going to be going against again. Now, the must win for me is December when you face Buffalo. I think that's the next time, the home and home. That's what I want to know. Can Miami win a game in Buffalo late in the year? They should win this game. In Miami, they should win this game. Yeah, Pauline.
Are you doing the must-ish win of the weekend in week 2?
Week 2 must-ish win game?
Okay,
oh
okay.
My gosh,
that'd be a record.
Great.
But I'm doing a must-ish win for the Jets against the Titans as well.
Keep going. Bring it in, big fella.
The Bengals against the Chiefs, I can't say that's a must-ish win because they're a touchdown underdog in that game. But it's like a semi-must-ish win.
I'm comfortable saying that the Ravens must win. They must beat the Raiders-ish. That feels like a must-ish win.
Well, how many must-ish wins are there this weekend? I mean, I would say Miami, that's a must-ish win against Buffalo.
Yeah.
Definitely. And I think the Jets going on the road, just the fact that they start 0-2, it's an avalanche. It's just everybody's waiting. And now Aaron Rodgers says, hey, if you're jumping off the bandwagon and we don't want you back on later in the year. Like, we don't need to hear that. Just play football. Don't worry about who's on a bandwagon and who's not. And then, the timing aspect of Aaron Rodgers is going to put out a documentary on Aaron Rodgers, by Aaron Rodgers, and it calls it Enigma. I mean, come on. I would never call myself an enigma, but Aaron is calling himself an enigma and this spiritual journey, and let's put out a documentary. We're not even 2 weeks into the NFL season. Yes, Todd?
Must win Cowboys home against the Saints, even though the Saints blew out a terrible Panthers team. Dallas, they have to win that game, no? We're gonna take them. Really?
No.
They lose to the Saints at home, and they're supposed to go to the Super Bowl every year, and this
Well, nobody has them going to the Super Bowl this year.
But they think that they should be right there.
Yeah, they've thought that for 30 years, but this isn't. I don't think this is mustish win for the Cowboys. The Saints played really well. Now, do I think the Saints are a playoff team? I don't. But would I be surprised if the Saints won that game? I wouldn't. Not the way they played. And they do have weapons. They got, both sides of the ball. But I don't think that's mustish win. Yes, Marvin.
What about the Browns at Jacksonville?
Oh, boy. I don't know if that's, Jacksonville's favored. I think if you're a home team, like Miami's home tonight, favored by 2.5. You have to win this game. Perception-wise, you have to win this game. I would say that's the most mustish win so far of week 2. Yes, Paulie.
I would throw in Colts at Packers, mustish for the Packers. No Jordan Love. Stay afloat. You don't want to go 0-2. And
okay.
then, you have a bad month.
I'll give you that mustish.
Ish.
Yeah, I'll give you an ish.
A lot of ish on it.
Yeah, absolutely. Any other issues? Yes, Todd?
Do the Giants have to win at Washington or just not get blown out and look absolutely horrible against Jaden Daniels?
They mustish not look terrible again. Washington has to win this game. Yes, Paul.
This is must-lose-ish for the Giants. The Giants are doing exactly what they need to do. They want the first pick of the draft. It's over, Johnny. They can get out of their quarterback situation at the end of this year with Daniel Jones and comfortably draft his replacement.
So you think they're already thinking about tanking?
Not tanking, but the best thing that could happen for the Giants, they're not competing for anything this year, if you get the number one pick of the draft, you get to reset your franchise and calmly move on from Daniel Jones.
Do you think Brian Daboll has the latitude to walk into ownership and say, hear me out. I got an idea.
Just listen to me.
Hear me out.
Once again,
we're just going to tank this season. Trust me, I'm going to do better with the next guy.
But look, you got to keep me, though, because not many guys can sit through a season like this where we're going to win 3 games. Like, promise me I get to keep my job, but I'm going to do a really good job of not putting a quality team out there.
Trust me, it's going to be so good.
I'm going to put the game plan in Danny Dimes' hands, okay? Yes, Paulie.
I'm not sure the Giants have to try to tank this season. I think it could happen organically.
See, I think they're going to be better than what people expect out of them. Now, I don't know what that means. It might be 5 or 6 wins, but like they got a good receiver. I don't know. They got some defensive players. I don't know.
I like your doubt in yourself.
I know. I am. I'm Mr. Doubtfire. Yes, Marvin.
They change their throwback uniforms, they'll be in perfect shape. They go back to the Lawrence Taylor, Phil Simms one.
Whoa.
Perfect.
Crazy.
Celebrate 100 years. Let's go. Come on, Giants.
Who's with me?
No.
Buddy.